This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit, Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hi, this is Pumi from Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling, or some may call me the godfather of Thai Pro Wrestling. We are the leading wrestling promotion here in Thailand and also Southeast Asia, and you are here with me and Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. The trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J, and it's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the co-founder of Setup Thailand, Pumi!
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. I'm Pumi again and from Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling.
How are you today, Pumi?
I'm good. Actually, I just back from Tokyo, in the previous hours, and we just had fun at the Korakuen Hall, and a lot of things happened during this trip. So after this interview, I want you to follow more about Setup, and I'm sure you're gonna have a great time watching our shows.
And how can we follow Setup Pro Wrestling and watch the show?
Mostly we're gonna post our information on Facebook and on TikTok, but I myself gonna be mainly on Twitter or X right now. So just put our name, Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling, or use the hashtag SetupTH. So you're gonna find all the information you need there. Yeah. So we're gonna have the full show available on YouTube as a live broadcast, and also the full camera angles coming out later, match by matches along the way, because in Thailand we're gonna have show every 2 months. So during that time we're gonna keep the social network active. We have the storyline doing on our social channels. We have a lot of things like the collaboration with some celebrities all around the world. So yeah, Setup is not just about the pro wrestling promotion, but it's about the community we try to create in Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Alright, and you don't even have to go looking for it. All of the links to all Setup's social media and YouTube will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox.
Yep.
Alright, well, let's get into it. Can you tell us about your promotion, Setup Thailand?
Okay. Talking about Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling, we start in 2019, right? But basically our Thai wrestling scene, let's say, we start back in about 2010 before we had our first show in 2012, and it was the beginner, let's say. I start the Thai wrestling scene with Emi Sakura from Gato Move or Choco Pro back by the time when I was just about 20 years old. So I always say is that Thai wrestling scene, we start from below zero. Like we have no knowledge, we have no everything, no support from any communities. So we try to build that scene from the ground, from the ashes, let's say. So from that time, what we do, Amy herself, she's gonna take care about all the wrestling stuff. But for me, I try to understand how the market is going, how the Thai people are gonna react to pro wrestling, how we're gonna build a connection with some of the other cultures, like the soft power here in Thailand, or even the Southeast Asia who has the potential to be our partners, right? So from that time, it's about 14 years for me in the business and 12 years when the pro wrestling promotion started. We get a lot of experience. We know that okay, what the market actually need. We have a lot of know-how. We had a lot of R&D things. So Thai wrestling can say it's like we combine a lot of Thai element into the shows. If you come to Thailand, you're gonna see like the Thai student, you're gonna see the Thai employers, like the office worker, you're gonna see even the monster you have here in Thailand. Like it's a lot of emotion, a lot of things here in Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling. It's like you come to Setup, you see everything about Thailand that you need to know. So if you are foreigners, you never experienced Thai cultures before, you can see everything here in Setup. And we're going to have more of that. We try to place along with the situation, the current situation, the real world, a lot of things. Yeah, that's fun, actually. That's fun. Anyway, I saw you like, I mean, like your listeners gonna hear some interview from the wrestler who wrestled for us, like Sunny C or something in the Southeast Asia. But one thing is like, when they come to setup, we try to add some more details into their gimmick, into their characters. So that means if you see them wrestles elsewhere, it's still different from when they come to set up, because we're gonna add some more element. We're gonna give them some gimmick and something that is always fresh, and you're gonna enjoy the show for sure. I guarantee.
Now you mentioned, Thai wrestling started in 2010, and you are, responsible for that.
Yep.
So, what does it kind of mean to you to bring pro wrestling to Thailand?
Wow, that's mean a lot, Let's say like Kotomu Pro Wrestling, by the time we start in September 6th in 2012, so actually 12 years. But before that, we have a lot of the business planning, a lot of things, a lot of research on the Thai market, because like I said, by the time I was just about 19 to 20 years old, right? Very young. I still the college student, the university student. So it was just a boy, let's say, with a big dream, Wrestling is very big in Thailand. Let's say we have like All Japan Joshi Pro Wrestling in Bangkok, like one of the biggest show in the regions. We have like JWP here in the shopping mall. We have the Mayumi Osaki, we have Damasumoto, we have Bu Nakano, the Crush Girls. They are very big. I was there. I heard a lot about that, let's say, because I was so young. But I was a big wrestling fan since I was like 3 years old. I always dream one day we're gonna have the announcer saying, "Oh, this wrestler's coming out from Bangkok, Thailand," right? That's gonna be a big dream. But it looks so impossible. Like we don't have any wrestling ring here. When they come to wrestle in Thailand, by the time they just use a boxing ring, the Thai boxing ring. We have zero knowledge. We have nothing. So it was like me only have a dream. So if I make it like cut short, it's like to see wrestling here in Thailand is grow for 12 years means like nothing is impossible. Just like that, right?
Right.
Because if you told the young Pumi that Pumi, you're gonna own the wrestling promotion and you're gonna have the collaboration with, let's say, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Stardom, like even WWE or something, I would tell they're crazy. How that gonna be possible, right? But now it's happened, right? 12 years plus. I become the guys I want to be with Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling, going on the way I want it to be as well. So I'm proud of Thai wrestling community, not just for myself, but for everyone involved. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. The partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Bushi Road was just came recently. Can you tell us about that partnership?
Okay. The thing is like, for wrestling, we have a dark age for like, let's say about 10 years ago, right? Wrestling overall is kind of dropping. We have like very limited access to wrestling. But then the internet is blooming and more wrestling promotion is blooming, is starting. You see, like, I think the big company that try to expand to other territories. We have like before that, New Japan has a partner in like the Oceania, like the Tamashi show. If you heard of that, in Australia, in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
And then WWE, let's say they move to European countries like the NXT UK things, blah 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 blah.
Right.
So Southeast Asia is a new territory for them that nobody ever come to this area before. We once had the WWE tryout, but that happened in China, the Shanghai. So let's say if exactly Southeast Asia is nothing before. And by the same time, the wrestling communities, the promotion in Southeast Asia is very, how to say, we get a lot of promotion starting just like in Thailand, in Philippines, in Vietnam, in Malaysia, in everywhere. And we are going stronger. So New Japan tried to do research on, okay, they want to come into these territories, but how should they start? We had some meeting before that, before the announcement that happened during the Wrestle Kingdom on the January this year. We have some kind of the test, let's say, in November 2023. Yep, we have Stardom here in Thailand, right? In the big shopping mall for the Bushy Road Expo, and it's a success. Like you can see on YouTube, like the comment gonna say that, oh my God, Thai wrestling fans are so hot. They always give the energy to the show. We have the comparisons to the Japanese fan, a lot of things, and let's say we did well for that show, for the example show. So with that, I try to find a word that not violate the terms I discussed with them. But okay, it's come to the situation that New Japan and Bushy Road feels that Southeast Asia is gonna be the next big thing in the wrestling communities. So they talk to us, we're gonna form something to share the knowledge. But why, right? They're gonna ask, okay, why they choose Southeast Asia? The thing is, like, we should go back to this. When you talk about the creator wrestling promotion, they're gonna have a school of wrestling that teach you to be a pro wrestler, right?
Right.
Everywhere in the world. But we never have the school that teach you to be a wrestling promoter, wrestling organizer, let's say. So with this, it's not only about, okay, I'm gonna bring you to the New Japan dojo, I'm gonna bring you to the blah 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 blah, but it's a chance for me as myself to ask the experience, like the staff or anything that I want to know. Let's say how to do the rundown to the shows, how I'm gonna do the script, how to do the psychology things for the wrestlers, for the fans, blah 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 blah. A lot of things that become like, how to say, it helped me to understand more about the business. And this is the knowledge that you cannot find in public, or you cannot find for any wrestling community, because it's gonna run by a trust. You know, because wrestling is like the sport entertainment, right? We try to make it as real as possible. So that's why you cannot just go to a random person and ask, okay, how do you write a script for the pro wrestling show? They're gonna say, oh, fuck off. No, you cannot do that. Right?
Yes.
But with this, and you have access to the, let's say, one of the best wrestling promotion in the world that are willing to give you everything they knows. So yeah, so that is the target, that New Japan is very kindness. You know, they know that if the community overall get going stronger, that's mean, right?
Right.
They're gonna have more chance for the expedition, for the young lion, a lot of things. And yeah, new market always the key for business, right? And if they want to come to Southeast Asia, why don't they make the promotion stronger. The more we're going stronger, the more the business is gonna be success, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's good in term of the business and also the term of the improve the business the business overall in the same time. Yeah.
And you guys already had Zack Sabre Jr. and El Fantasmo join the
Yep.
show as well.
Yeah. So that is very impressive, because like for Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling, let's say the term of best wrestling promotion is subjective, right? It depends on what kind of wrestling you like.
Right.
But I think I can say that Setup is one of the most standout wrestling promotion here in Southeast Asia. Because like if you go to the Southeast Asia community, we're gonna see a lot of information about Setup, right? So, but with that, it's gonna have something to prove that our Thai wrestlers is in the same level, or at least we can go to the level that we saw Zack Sabre Jr. or some of the New Japan star on TV. So we have Zack Sabre Jr. in Thailand. We have El Fantasmo. We have some of the greatest crowd in Thailand history. We sold out 500 tickets in 1 hour.
Wow.
Yeah, in the venue that can get only 300. Because in Southeast Asia, the venue we're gonna have in about 300, 400, right? Because it's very difficult to get that sold out crowd. But for this, we have 500 in 1 hour, so we have 2 months gap before the shows. So that we try to do something, yeah. But yeah, let's say, so that's why the business is doing well. And I told the wrestlers, we need to show the world because, bringing in a superstar, aside from the business, aside from the money, aside from the income, I always compare this kind of thing to the spotlight. Let's say if Thai wrestling is good, even our fans know that we try our best, but how can the world knows? So we should have some spotlight that's gonna shine the light on us, right?
Right.
To see that, okay, please look, they are good. But what is the spotlight? So there's nothing more better than ELP or Zack Sabre for that timing, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so they come and Thai wrestlers beat El Fantasmo in the main event, so that elevate everything. I still remember after that I got a message from New Japan Pro Wrestling saying congratulations, you did well, and yeah, I take that for granted. We feel okay. I told the team that we come so far already, so we need to move forward. Keep going. Yeah. So we get more trust actually for the organization, for how they're gonna send more superstar to Thailand, because in wrestling it's not just about the show days, right?
Right.
So when they send you the superstar, you need to take care of them, okay? How they're gonna eat, how they're gonna do sightseeing, how they're gonna live their best time, the best life in Bangkok, actually, right? So if you focus only on the show day, let's say if the show is Saturday and they come on Monday, you cannot just leave them alone until Saturday, right?
Right.
So it's about from Monday to Saturday, how you make the 5 day before the show the best time for them. So yeah, so we learn a lot, we prepare a lot, and we grow up a lot as a wrestling promoters. Yeah. So yeah, from now, I think we're gonna see more main eventer from Japan coming, and not only from New Japan. We got permission to do a partnership with other wrestling company that we already had a connection with. So it's gonna be a bright time, bright future for Setup and Thai wrestling in 2025. I think going forward. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as a promoter, what is something you know now that you wish you knew
Yep.
when you first started?
Wow, it's a good question. What I should know is like, in the past, there's two things. The first thing is like wrestling business. It's about the promoter being a business. You know what I mean?
Right.
The thing is like when you are a wrestling fan, you see it right now. You see a lot of wrestling promotions start from a fans, right?
Right.
Like a lot in all around the world. But the thing is like, if you cannot separate yourself as a fan and when you become a promoter, that's so scary. Let's say, because I was that guy before. Let's say back to when I was 20s, right? You have a big budget of money. Let's say like a 1 million baht. Let's say it's about $200,000 or not around that. Let's say. So I just love spending because oh my God, I have a dream to do a wrestling promotion and I have money. I have a chance to bring my favorite superstar here in Thailand or do whatever I want. So okay, we just pay, and then we fuck up because you didn't think about business, right? And that's gonna be the way you act as well. For example, if I was a Sakura fan, everyone knows. But when I have Amy here in Thailand, she is my business partner, right? She is not the wrestler I admire. It's a different story. So if I treat her like, oh, I'm your biggest fan, what do you want? I'm gonna give you everything, blah blah, blah, just like your fans. No, the business gonna not gonna be success. So if I know that, I want to like, how to say. Even when I'm young, I started business when I was 20. I'm still very young. You need to make yourself more mature enough. You need to make because when 20 years old, be talking to the sponsors, to the business partner, they expect me to be mature.
Right.
They expect me. They don't care if I was 20. They're talking to the wrestling promoter, the owners. So I need to be the same level, the way I think, the way I talk, my knowledge gonna be on the same level of, there's one time that I put in the middle of the meeting. I was 20, 21, 22, I think. And the others, they are like 50 years old, 60 years old, the millionaires, a lot of things. And I don't even know what they're talking about. And it feels like, oh my God, it's sad, you have a chance in front of your eyes, but you cannot take it because you are stupid, you are
Right.
not, you doesn't have the knowledge you're supposed to have. So if I gonna tell the young to me, I'm gonna say that keep study. The world change very, very fast. Especially, 10 years ago, the world changed fast, but right now in 2024, it's even faster, right?
Right.
It's like if you slow down, if you like go lazy, let's say for a month, you don't know how the AI is gonna go. You don't know how the wrestling fans gonna react to your wrestling. You need to keep moving, keep going forward, keep fighting. Yeah, we're gonna keep fighting, and keep believe in yourself. That's the priority because doing wrestling, we have a bad day more than a good day. Because wrestling is difficult, we do something that we cannot ask anyone for advice. If you do, let's say you do like a soccer team, you have a lot of soccer team, you can go for them and ask for the advice, for the knowledge. But for wrestling, it's not. You do everything by yourself, so it's very easy for you to fail. So you need to encourage yourself all the time, be kindness to yourself, and believe that wrestling is what you love. You need to find a way, even you feel sad that, oh my God, it doesn't go in the way I want. You need to try your best to find a reason or go back to why you love this business so much. Keep thinking about that until you feel better and you keep moving forward. Yeah, that's the thing I want to do the most.
All right. Now, you've already had a really big 2024. You introduced three new titles: a World Championship, a Tag Team Champion, and a Women's Championship. Can you tell
Yup.
us about introducing those titles?
Okay, let's see, about the women title first. The women title first is come from the, how to say, in Southeast Asia, we have very less women wrestlers. We have the Crystal in Philippines, we have Alexis Lee in Singapore, we have Matcha or Blue Lotus here in Thailand, we have Jenny from Setup, we have a lot of new Joshi right now, but you back to 5 years ago, we only have 3-4. We have Poppy from Malaysia, we have a Phoenix from Malaysia, just that. So let's say one country, one women wrestlers, right? So it's impossible for the women wrestlers to fight for the titles. But right now, let's say in Philippines, they have a lot of trainees in Setup. We have a lot of trainees in. Let's say we have a lot of women trainees. So I think it's time for us to have a wrestling bout for women. And back to the Bushi Road collaboration, we have a working agreement with Stardom, right?
Right.
And before that, we worked with TJPW as well, because Gotomo and DDT is so cross from the beginning. So the timing is the best timing, that not only for Southeast Asia, but we have a chance to explore to Japan, a big company, right? So okay, we do that. That's for the women titles. And for the world title and tag titles, right now, Pumi, aside from Setup, I got appointed as the executive producer of the IWA Japan. If you heard of that promotion,
Yes.
the company that we have Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, Steve William, blah 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 blah. I got all right to that. Yeah. So we continue the lineage of the world title and tag titles from now, because the wrestling in Setup in Southeast Asia, we move very, very fast. You see, right? In after pandemics, right? You see the level up, it's very fast.
Yes.
Yeah, so I need some shortcut, to be honest. If you want to create a world title or something, it takes time. It takes time for you to go through the wall. But if you have the old belt, that okay, you have the legacy already, and that's gonna elevate the whole wrestling community very fast. So for myself, I think you're gonna heard about the Kappa Koso. Kappa Koso is the Kappa you're gonna see in Gotomo and Shoko Pro before. Kappa Koso is a character from IWA Japan. Myself, I love the monster character a lot, because in Setup, if you follow us, we're gonna do a crazy storyline, the idols fall in love with the monster want to be a human, they try their best, they got cursed, blah. It's stupid storyline, but it's so stupid, so I like it. And with that, the Kappa is very success. The Kappa is a chopper in Japan, it's kind of it's a dying character, It's the IWA Japan, they're closing down for 10-20 years already. The Kappa still exists, but it's become a jobber, the opening matches, or it's a random competitors. So my goal, I told the IWA that, hey, I want to try to make this belt a big thing here in Thailand. So I start from Kappa Koso. They're very big. And then we have the great Kappa. We have we have 7-8 Kappa here in Thailand, And with that, we got success and we got the booking from America, from the US. So we bring all the Kappa army down. We have the Ultramantis Black, the legendary from Shikara.
Yes.
In the past, thanks to Daikaiju Pro Wrestling promoter Jesse, shout out to him. He see the vision in the Kappa character, so he bring to the US. And yeah, IWA see that I can do what I tell them. I can make it a possible reality, so they give me the rights to be the executive producer to the future IWA shows. And yeah, I got the rights to bring back those belts. We have the world title, we have the tag title, and soon, next year, 2025, is the 30 years anniversary of the King of Deathmatch tournament in the Kawasaki Stadium, right?
Yeah.
So we try to do the memorial match in Thailand, but again, it's very difficult in terms of the laws. You know, it's like
Right.
deathmatch. You know, yeah. But we try my best to do that. It's not confirmation, but I can say that we are trying to go through that roles. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about the world champion right now, Ultra Mantis Black. Why was he the right guy to put the title on?
The thing is, like, you know, I tell you in terms of let's see this thing as a business, okay?
Mhm.
Ultimantis Black is a legend. We start with setup. Setup start after Katomu Thailand finish, right?
Mhm.
So with Katomu for wrestling, we have connection with DDT and a lot of things. And for that, it's kind you see like a circle. For Katomu, we have setup, we have DDT, we have Daikaiju in America, so it's kind of the same circle. So we try to do the storyline that move around the circle. Ultimantis lead the Kappa. We have Kappa in Kotobu, we have Kappa in setup. And Chris Brooks, DDT former champions,
Yep.
he admired Ultimantis Black, and he even used the praying mantis bomb as a finisher. It is the finisher of Ultimantis, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of like we make storyline out of it, and then Ultimantis he can do deathmatch, and he loves IWA Japan a lot. So it's kind of like full circle, like all of the storyline we have in Thailand, in Japan, in America is all combined, and it's gonna move around Ultimantis and his Kappa team. And one thing is like in Thailand, we still cannot do like a deathmatch, right? So to have the belt in America, which they can do whatever kind of matches they like. So that's a good place for Ultimantis to defend the belt. He can do that match, and he can fight with a superstar, because for me, right, I don't want to just have the world title belt here and have no challengers to make the belt more valuable. So for have the belt in America, that okay, you have the market already, you have the wrestler preparation already, and you have the Daikaiju. They love the business and they want to help making the IWA Japan belt more valuable. So there's a lot of business discussion actually. I come to the term that right now Ultimantis is a very good choice to be the champions. If you see Ultimantis in Bangkok, he counter-attacked me in the beginning of the show. Yeah, and fans go crazy. Yeah, because in Thailand, you know, Pumi is the owner as well. Pumi is a bad guy in the story, you know.
Yes.
So to see Pumi got beaten by the more villain wrestlers, the more heel wrestlers, they excite, and the character, you know, Ultimantis has the unmatched charisma, you know. It's something in Ultimantis Black that you see, like, it's so entertaining. He can be a comedian wrestler, he can be a hardcore wrestler, but he's just crazy, let's say. Yeah. So that's why I can see Ultimantis as the right choice. And I can spoil a little bit that a lot of things coming from now. Thailand, Japan, and even European countries.
All right. Well, let's talk about Good Deal, the current tag team champions. Why were they the right guys?
The Good Deals, right?
Yes.
The Good Deal is kind of like they are all new. Their career is just about 2 years, you know. But to me, wrestling tag team is kind of a lost art in Southeast Asia. We have very limited tag team wrestling, just like the women wrestling. So we talked to them, to a lot of wrestling promotion in Southeast Asia, that okay, we should try making the tag team division of things again. So we have a lot of tag team here in Southeast Asia. So then Pumi talking to IWA that okay, In fact, the tag team titles come before the world title. It's like 1 year older. So by that time, I thought to them that, okay, I want to elevate Thai tag team to the world level. In Thailand, right, the Good Deals, they are 2 years old career, but the team from the outside, they are a longer career.
Right.
So I feel like if the Thai team had the world title belt, they're gonna get more chance in terms of booking, in terms of the trust from fans. But that comes with the big responsibilities, right? They cannot just hold the world title and become bad wrestlers, you know. So a lot of things like, okay, I'm gonna put you as the world title champions, but you need to work hard with your characters, with your skill, with your muscles, a lot of things. So the tag title belt is the big motivation for them. The big motivation, so they work hard, they do their best, and go back to the thing is like they become like a soft power. Like Arnold Alonso, he kind of like the Thai local billionaire, you know,
Right.
the billionaire who sell the amulet, who sell the Buddhism material, something like that. That kind of feeling, you know, the crazy rich Asian, right?
Yes.
Something like that. He is like I just wish it's kind of the Thai version of Teddy BAC, the $1 Million Man. And P. Suchard is like, P. Suchard character actually comes from the Thai famous movie. He is a bike taxi. If you come to Thailand, we're gonna have the bike taxi that they're gonna drive very crazy. They move around, all around the cities, crazy. And he used that character, and he is still success. Right now, he is like his character is like a butler, but when he go to outside, when he got some of the festival, the promoters always ask him to go back to his biker gimmick. So that's fun. So yeah, for the Good Deal, it's like they become one of the rising stars, and they are 2-time World Tag Team Champion. They just beat the team of Dr. Core Black and Ultimatis Black and CDK, yeah, Takanashi and Chris Brook in the last IWA show in Thailand. Celebrate the anniversary 30 years, yeah.
And of course,
Wow.
the women's champion, Matcha.
Yup.
Why was she the right person to be the first?
Masha is the first Thai wrestlers, you know, from the first Thai women wrestlers, and she was in the Thai wrestling scene since day one. Even before Gotham Move Star, we have the training first, right? About like 14 years ago that I mentioned before. So she joined the first training session. Yeah, and she used to go by the name Blue Lotus. She wrestled in Korakuen Hall 2 times, and she go everywhere. So then, when we have the women titles, she is the right person to win the titles. Yeah, just like one thing is to say thanks to her, and one thing I think it's time for the world to see how great she is. Yeah, so I think there's no other choice in mind. She needs to be the first champion, and she deserves to be the champion. Yeah.
Okay.
But she needs to prove herself as well, right? Because you know, like I told you, wrestling is business. You cannot just make someone the champion because you love them. You need to make sure that they can sell you a ticket, or they deserve with some other great reasons. And Masha got all the checklists for me, so that's all good. Yeah.
Well, then, in order to win that match, I believe she wrestled Jenny and Kylie Devon from Russia.
Yes.
Can you speak about bringing in Kylie from Russia?
Yeah. So yeah, it's from the show called Bangkok Showdown in January, I think. So she held the title for almost 300 days already. Yeah. I think that match is like, again, I mean, the feeling is just like when we have Zack Sabre and Phantasmo here, that you need to prove to the audience that, you know, if you just fight the same guy, the same girl, fans gonna say, okay, you are good, but it's a different. So with that, we have, like, say, from Russia, from Thailand, from different perspective, from different kind of wrestling style, like We have like Mephisto. We have like Kyrie. That the style different, right? The brawler, the powerhouse, the high flyer, blah blah, and she wins. So that's kind of like, I think after that she got interviewed by the Pro Wrestling Illustrated, like you know, the reputation is going stronger very fast. Yeah, so I think she deserved that. Totally deserved that.
And she is coming back for maybe some revenge, no?
Yeah, I think so. But the next challengers for Matcha is from TJPW. We have a Rakusang from the Up Girls, and we have Harajuku Bomb, like the 3 years old monster from Japan. Yeah, they are the next challenger in the 3-way match in our show in like 12 years anniversary for Thai wrestling. Yeah.
We're keeping on Matcha. You've wore many hats in pro wrestling: promoter, announcer, commentator. You've actually had one match against Blue Lotus.
Yeah, myself. Yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, you want to see in the business side or the storyline side?
Whatever you're willing to show. Tell us about Pumi getting in the ring to wrestle.
Okay. You see, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you the whole perspective. That show, if you compare to the current setup shows, the venue is the same. The venue is same, like the Circus Studio in Bangkok, right? But by the time it was just about right after pandemic, and that show supposed to happen 2 months earlier, but myself got COVID. So we need to postpone, and we have the fans there is just about 80 to 100, and the entrance stage we made from a tube, like a pipe, the blue pipe for the water. You know, we use that as the structure for the entrance stage. We have no money at all, the low budget, and the lighting we just put the hall light, and we put some of the spotlight, let's say the LED light, to make sure that's okay. We just have the ring, we just put the chair, and we just have the speaker for the song, and that's a wrestling show by the time right after pandemic. And I think it's very difficult, you know. We lost a lot of fans that, you know, it's about 2 years in the pandemic. The fans we already have, some doesn't interest in pro wrestling anymore, you know, in general.
Right.
We try to get the new fans, and the ticket sales is not so well, to be honest, by that time, because, you know, Thailand COVID protocol is so bad, and that show still has a lot of like COVID in the cities. So some fans still cannot come to the show, or say they're still scared. We still need to put like a distance between the chair. A lot of protocol. So it's come to the time that I think that, okay, they all know Pumi, because aside from wrestling and the commentator, I do a lot of the article writers, blah blah. So we should get those fans to buy a ticket, and what they want to see Pumi got hit by the weapon, the chair, blah 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 blah, right? So okay, I sacrifice myself for ticket. And I announced it, and yeah, we sold out by that matches, and I become like a full hero, blah 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 blah. I act like a, you know, in wrestling, the thing that you can sell is like, oh, it's so stupid, I like it, you know. It should be so dumb, so I like it, right?
Right.
So the fans kind of like it. If you become like very smart, very casual, fans gonna say, it's not fun at all. So I become like a horror, like a horror, just like the Miz combination with Vince McMahon. By the time you just do nonsense, the way you're thinking is weird. The way you doing is stupid. Blah blah blah. To make sure fans gonna have full rights to scream or shouting at me in the bad terms. You know, they shout, you suck at me, a lot of things. So that's fun, yeah. So yeah, back to business. It's just kind of like if they want to see me like that and they're gonna buy a ticket for that, okay, just come and yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so that's why.
Okay. And what did it kind of what was it like the experience to be in the ring and have a match?
Wow, it's like it's simple for me actually because to be honest, like we do a lot of practice matches and they have a lot of opponents on the ring, right? Let's say like so for me it's not that oh wow opponent. It's just kind of thing that they do that for a long time. It's just not on camera. But okay, let's see like when it go one of the gimmick I had, let's say it's like wherever I go I'm gonna get hit, you know.
Right.
Like when I go to America, we're gonna have the Kapod, the Mantis gonna attack me, bang. And when I go to Japan for the Tokyo Dome, right, I sit at the ringside of the Wrestle Kingdom, and I got hit by Iizuka Takahashi as well. So wherever I go, so fans even expect that for me to get hit. So yeah, so just put me for them. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
going back to championships, you had the 24/7 championship that
Oh yeah.
you inaugurately gave to Mick Foley to be the first
Oh
champion.
yeah. It's weird, right?
I think it was an interesting and honorable thing to do, to honor Mick Foley, for sure.
Yeah, by the time it was like the funny thing is like before COVID, right? I got some of the agreement with the sponsors, and one of the things we need to do for them is to have a championship match. We're gonna have a belt, and we're gonna do the title change hand. That's something in the agreement in order for you to get the payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how come? Because in COVID, you cannot even stay close to each other, you know. So it's come to the term that okay, 24/7 belt. You can use anything to be a champion. So we don't. So we follow like the agreement 100%. Because you know they said okay, have a champion, have a belt, and we have everything. We just don't let the human be the champion. You know, it's a little bit tricky, but the sponsors willing to go for that because, you know, put me away crazy. So they love when me go crazy. So I thought to Mick, I somehow have some connection with him. I cannot say how, but yeah. So I thought to Mick during the pandemic. Yes, Mick, I need your help. And okay, what is the help? He does the announcement for the WWE, right? The green belt. He's the first. He isn't the first champion there, but he's the one who announced the belt.
Right.
So yeah. So I said, okay, you announce that belt, and I copy that belt. I say on public that okay, I copy that belt. I just make it red and use Thai alphabet. Then please announce my belt too. And he was okay. You're stupid. Okay, so we do that. It's fun. So he held with that, and he's gonna send the avatar, kind of like the thing. So we're gonna buy some doll, putting his sticker, the face, to the dolls, and just beat the doll. And we have new champion, and he beat Mick Foley. That's fun. Yeah, that's how it happened. I thought to Riho that Riho, I'm gonna announce that you are a champion, but you are not here, so I'm gonna use your picture, become a champion. We have a cat, we have a Nintendo Switch, we have a lot of things become a champion, so that's fun. Yeah.
Now,
It's so fun.
now you were actually on Thai Real TV 7, a show called Nightlife. Can you tell us about
Okay.
that and how that came about?
Which one, sorry?
Thai Real TV 7?
Thai Real TV Service?
7.
Thai Real TV Service.
Thai Real TV 7.
Thai Real TV, yep.
You had a show called Nightlife on there?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yes.
Can
It's
you,
called เรื่องจริงผ่านจอ in Thai, yeah.
I apologize. Can you tell us about how that came about?
Oh, okay. Because Setup had a lot of the collaboration with the TV shows, right? From that show, they know some of our wrestlers in personal, so they feel like wrestling. When I start, wrestling is like a violent sport. If you tell your parents that we're gonna go to watch wrestling, they said no. Why I gonna let my guys going to wrestling and that's so violent? So yeah, 12 years passed. Wrestling become like household things, right? We try to change the mindset of Thai people and they feel that it's time for us to go to the public TV shows and show them that it's actually fun, it's not dangerous at all, and that's why we come up to the agreement to be on TV. Yeah, but the shooting is in the early morning. It's so sleepy. We need to do a match, and we set up the ring by ourselves before we do a show. So that's sleepy, but it's fun actually to be on the ring again. Yeah, to be on the TV again. Yes.
The set that you guys had for that show was incredible. It kind of seemed like a futuristic NWA. Who came up with that?
Correct. It's kind of like the stage that they have already before, right? So we try to adjust our ring to the location. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's very simple. But yeah, but there's a lot of things we need to, if you have the LED screen, right? You cannot just put random. You need to check the skin ratio, right? A lot of things you need to work to make sure it's come out perfect. So there's a lot of rehearsal. So that's a lot of things to do because setup is just to be like a hobby, right? Just like all of the AD promotion. But then when it become more practical, they need a lot of work to make a business.
Now, you could correct me if I'm wrong here, but you were actually a part of the WWE tryout. You
Oh yeah,
set
correct.
things up. What no pun intended. What was that experience like? Kind of working with WWE.
Actually, I worked with them before that, but I cannot say how and why. Okay. So working with them helped me a lot to work with the professionals because working with WWE and also with New Japan, they give me a lot of the insight. Just like, okay, what do you focus? When you start a wrestling company, right, wrestlers gonna ask, okay, will I have a chance to be in the WWE? I said, yes, maybe. The reason I say maybe is because I don't know what WWE actually needs, right?
Right.
So when I work with them, then show me, okay, Kumi, this is what we need from wrestlers. They need the footwork, I say. They need the way you look at the camera, the first set expressions. So yeah, okay, this is what you need. So I tell my team that, okay, this is the way we're gonna do training forward. It's like, okay, right now we can say it's not maybe, it's like we know that we have a connection first, and the second we know what they want. So a lot of things become more reality working with them. So it's kind of like, when I working with, let's say, the big company, right, the place that have a lot of knowledge, I don't just go there and let it go. I try to take note of everything and try to adapt into Thai wrestling. So yeah, that helped a lot, like crazily a lot. I cannot point specific things that I learned from them, but it's kind of like when you go through any situation, you know that, oh, that thing I learned from them, so I use that. Every time I have a problem, I know how to get through it. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Yeah, very, very nice experience.
Now it's time for Pumi's Bizarre Adventure. You're in the pro wrestling world, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Wow. Uh, can I say about I want to say about what I plan to do next. Okay.
Sure, why not?
The thing I plan to do next is right now I do wrestling full time. It's not about like a hobby anymore. Okay, I have some aside work to make sure I can get enough income to survive and focus mainly for wrestling. So right now I feels like setup has strong foundation, and I try to get more knowledge in a lot of fighting style, and then we're gonna combine that with the Thai element to make sure it's Thai wrestling, because I want it to be like when you go to England, okay, they're gonna good at the catch wrestling.
Right.
When you go to the Mexico, you have a lucha libre for the high flying. So yeah, Thailand has a lot of history in the combat sport. Like we have Muay Thai, we have a lot of like Olympic champions, blah 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 blah. So if that element we add to Thai wrestling, and when you see, oh, you're a Thai star, that's my goals. So yeah, even when you do like, I got the rights for the IWA, right? The hardcore things. You know how to use the barbed wire. You know how to use the light tube. You know how to use the glass. You know how to use like the fall attack or whatever. But what if we can add some Thai element into that? There's a lot of Thai, because Thai has a long cultures. Thai has a culture for everything. We have a lot of like history, we have a lot of materials, we have let's say a lot. So we try to study everything. The R&D start here again, like crazy. That okay, what can we adapt into wrestling? What can we find a great limit, like that the police okay, that a lot of things okay. So that is that's what I try to do from now. Yeah. So, but if you ask me right now, to me go through a lot of things. To me go through a lot of the impossible. There's a lot of things that I find crazy at first, but I know how to make it happen. So let's say there's something that if I said this to the team 10 years ago, they won't say, no, it's impossible. So it's going to be to me fighting with my own, right? And then right now, if I say something impossible, I know I'm going to have a team who trusts me enough to go through that impossible dream together. And that made the dream come true easier, because, wrestling is crazy thing. It's one of the most bizarre things. But how can you make the bizarre things possible if you're not crazy enough, right?
Right.
You cannot just make things simple. You cannot just make things like. I still believe that the larger than life is the key. Something that you cannot find in the society. Something that you cannot find in public spaces. Something that you can be like, oh my god, it's so fucking cool. To me, trying to find what is the fucking cool things. And I think I find it, but I cannot tell you what it is. You need to find out and follow a setup. But I'm sure that expect the unexpected, and that's why I'm the godfather of Thai wrestling. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, can you tell us about Humans of Wrestling?
Oh, sorry again. Pardon.
Can you tell us about Humans of Wrestling? The book you wrote?
You mean the memory or something? Sorry. The.
Yes. You wrote a book called Humans
Oh.
of Wrestling.
Yeah, okay, sure. The thing is, that was the plan for me when I start wrestling. When you see wrestling as a violent sport, right? I think to myself, how can I change the perspective of this? So it's come to the terms that, why don't we look the wrestlers just like a human? It's come from the Human of New York. If you heard of that, it's kind of like one of the famous books in the world. So they focus on the emotion, the people, like how to view them in different perspective, right? So So I work on that, and we have like the story of the Von Erichs, right? We have the story of the Nature Boy. We have the story of, let's say, Chris Benoit. So I want people to see wrestling, even they have a larger than life gimmick. They are actually a human. So yeah, they are human. So I write that, and it's become like very success. There's one day the book fair in Thailand. So my book is the number one best selling. Aside from the income, it's kind of like, oh my God, there's a lot of wrestling fans that want to experience this, and I cannot imagine like, okay, when they read it, what can they get? But they're gonna have a great time and understand more about wrestling. And I think that is the one of the best factor, the key factor for me to share them a great knowledge about pro wrestling, and let's make them see wrestling in different perspective. Yeah.
Will you be making a second book?
I plan to making a second book, of course, but to be honest, right now, like, the wrestling business, the expansion is very busy, and yeah, I think if everything settled, of course, I'm gonna write a new one. But yeah, for right now, in next few months, the answer is no. But next year, yes, I plan to do that, of course.
All right. Now I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're
Okay.
making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be
Okay.
the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Oh my God! First one of course, the wrestlers from Bruce Springsteen, right?
Okay.
From that movie, that's perfect. Because like we lost a lot of things along the way, right? Every time we take a bump, we have the family, we have our lovers, we have a lot of things who looking after us, and every bump matters. If there is a mistake and you go paralyzed, there is a lot of things they need to take care of you, and a lot of things. So I take this with happiness that we have a good team, we have a good partners, I have a good family who understand what I'm doing. So the wrestler is one other song. You go to the ring and you come out, the fans happy. There's a one word in the song that say that people are gonna happy when your body hits the floor. It's weird, right? It sounds weird.
Right.
You cannot just say that, okay, I'm so happy because you see yourself hitting the floor. It's come like, you're gonna see you're a bad guy. It's like, if you say, oh, James, I'm happy when your body hit the floor. It's weird. Right? But that's wrestling. Right? When you take a bump, that's when the big scream, the big shoutings come. The second is always go like in my life, the Beatles, of course.
Okay.
In wrestling, sometimes I know someone just in their ring name. I don't even know who they are. I don't even know who they live, or where they live. So there's a lot of wrestlers. Just say in Kotomo, we have like Kotori. We have a lot of person that is our ring name. I don't even know what the real name is. We are very close. They are training in my promotion. We eat, we live, we smile, we do a lot of things together. But the day she retired, the day we separate forever, because I don't have any information about her,
Right.
So in my life, like, memories come, memories go. Some days, some living, some a lot of things. And the last one, I can say that, of course, but very generic, but of course, the Beyond the Champions, Queen. We go through a lot of things. Actually,
Right.
aside from the belt, Pumi 10 years ago, cannot expect that we're going to have Zack Sabre, the G1 Climax champion, the world famous in my promotion. That's impossible. But right now, we are a champion in our own ways. So yeah, that's like,
All right.
that's make me feel grateful. Yeah.
A solid
It is.
3 picks. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays Pumi? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
or who play Pumi. Who play Pumi. I don't need to be like a new person that nobody knows him before, because
Okay.
yeah, I want to see it's kind of like the coming of age things, I'm gonna see the random person that nobody ever expect for them, the misfit who sit in the back of the room become a things that's myself, the person with the lowest self-esteem, the person who just believe in something nobody believe with them. That's how Thai wrestling start, Yeah, so I feel like the person who act normal, the person who doesn't have any egos, the person who just want his dream to come true, the person who always fell when he tried his best, but he just tell himself that he will never fail in wrestling and he must not fail in wrestling. Yeah, and that's myself, and that I want how the character gonna be. Yeah.
Alright. Now, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people with deep meaning to you that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Oh my god, I just wanted to be the real life person because I cannot think of anyone. I have Emi Sakura, right?
That's fine.
Emi Sakura is a person who make my dream come true. So we have Takanashi Masahiro from DDT, and we have, of course, Riho. There's a lot of memories we share, we sell the sandwich along the street to get money. We do a lot of things in common, and I cannot find any replacement for them. We come up to the names Gato move in some of the random Thai food stall, everything is too stuck in my heart for me to have someone repressing that. I later have them study acting more than fighting the new actors, It's kind of that part. Yeah. So yeah, if I got the chance, I want them to be with me. Yeah.
Okay. Now that it's sounding like a big movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Just follow setup. Just kind of follow the dream of Thai wrestlers. We plant a seed already, and it's gonna grow bigger and bigger. Hopefully. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on
Okay.
pizza. What's your stance?
Wow. Anything is fine to me because for Thai we even have a durian on pizza. So
That's right.
so I don't actually care. But that is one thing that we know, that the controversial need to come with a good plan to protect the person who play the characters. So with that, it's become the viral. We have a lot of backlash from the community. So, we cannot just go to public and say, hey, it's a wrestling. It's you need to take it easy. No, if it makes someone feel bad, that's a problem. And I learned a lot from that. You see the clip from TikTok, right? We reached the 10 million views, hopefully, I think. Something like that. It's so long. And yeah, I cannot just feel happy I got 10 million views, but it's not. We need to the crisis management, we learn a lot from that situation. So yeah. So I never eat the Hawaiian pizza and feel the same anymore. Yeah.
So you're leaning more towards pro?
Oh, sorry again, yeah?
You're leaning more towards being pro pineapple on pizza rather than anti.
Yes.
Okay. What's your spirit Pokemon?
Wow, Spirit. Oh, I didn't follow Pokemon for a long time. But when I play, I always go with Fujikidane,
Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, with no reason. Just the simple reason is he's cute. I love the cute things, you know. I love the cute things. I love the kawaii things. That's make me feel like happy.
I gotcha. Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever book a Rock, not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock in a match?
Oh, why not? It's simple. It's very simple. We can do that. You know, because like I love wrestling with imagination. The Rock is fine. We have the pop-up doll like Yoshihiko in DDT, right?
Yes.
We have a Rock. We have the book. We even fight with a pencil before, so a Rock is not different story, you know.
Alright.
So yeah, we are crazy guys combined together in the wrestling promotion, you know. So if I got someone, hey, I want to do that, I want to see that, so why not? We know how to do it, you know, because we always find a chance for someone to say that I want to see myself go crazy, and if someone say that, why not? You know, we can just do whatever they want, and of course I can do that, and I am willing to do that.
Well, just for context, there's a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's not that easy, but you need to have the imagination, and you need to have a strong fan base, you know.
Right.
Let's say if the fan doesn't know that, oh my God, setup is this kind of wrestling, and you can make the fan trust. How is the atmosphere in the venue, right? So it's kind of about the company that can do that. I appreciate that, you know, they have a good fan base. So setup is one of them, I can say. So if you see any promotion booking this kind of thing, you need to feel like believe in them, you need to enjoy with them, and you need to respect them. Yeah, it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. Yeah.
Right. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years?
Yes.
Wow. My goal, I want to do a show in the WrestleMania weekend. I really hope. But the earliest dream is I want to do a show in Japan as setup. I hope, and I want to do that in like I put myself a few years, and I want to do that. I try my best to study the sponsors, the how to generate money, a lot of things. Yeah, that's my dream, and I want to do a show in Korakuen Hall as well. You know, the plan for me is like in the next 5 years, right? When you go to America, you have the MLW, you have the Lucha Libre things. That when you do partnership in New Japan, they don't become like a lower tier, but they become like the collaboration partner. You see?
Right.
So I want to elevate setup into that level. That okay, you can feel free to put the wrestlers in our Thai wrestlers, and doesn't feel that oh my God, we are different level. So I want to put the Thai wrestler into that level, doing more show in Thailand, and even have the GB deal, hopefully.
Can you actually
But it's serious.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you performed in Korakuen, right?
Yes. A few days ago on 29, yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. That's right.
What was that? What's that moment like? You know, performing in a pro wrestling event. You know, in one of the most historic buildings in pro wrestling.
For me, it's not my first time, my third time already. But I can throw back to the situation. It feels that the atmosphere there has never changed. We have the Greg Muta, we have like AJ Styles, we have like Shono, we have everyone you can dream of. You're in the same locker room with yourself.
Right.
You feel overwhelmed, of course. You feel like you come this far. The first show I got to move, we do a show in the park, public park, with no ring, no everything. And now I'm here, the infamous Korakuen Hall. So yeah, the feeling is like, you cannot say in words, but you know that you success something, so you can be there. And my third time there is like, it proves that setup is going strong, and for me it's like it's good enough to still follow his streak. Yeah.
Okay. And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off what Setup Pro Wrestling is all about as a company?
Let's say Setup try to make every show connect to each other, So I suggest that you can come anytime, but before come, I want you to follow our YouTube to see how the story goes, how the character is going to be. We're going to have the recap, of course, but right now we doesn't have the show like our biggest WrestleMania, not yet. But every show matters. No random match. They're going to have something just like the Attitude Era, that even the jobber has some meaning. So we're going to have the collaboration, of course, with the superstar. So if you want to see a superstar, you can come. If you want to see the cuteness, the idols, you can come. If you want to see a Thai wrestling, the Muay Thai, the soft power, you can come. So any shows, I want you to come. Yeah, it's that simple. Setup always try our best, and I'm sure we deliver the best.
Okay. And
Yep.
the link to the YouTube will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, so you could definitely spend some setup after this interview.
Sure.
But
Please take a look.
whether you've seen it, haven't seen it, want to re-see it. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. This is our speed round, or bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Okay.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Of all time is Jushin Thunder Liger, of course.
Worst wrestler.
Oh, sorry?
Worst wrestler.
Or what? So sorry, my English not so good. Sorry.
No worries. Bad wrestler, the baddest wrestler to ever be a wrestler.
The baddest wrestler is gonna be the wrestlers. Oh my God. For myself, that's gonna be the Hollywood Hulk Hogan, of course.
You're you're booking the main event for WrestleMania, for the World Championship. Who are the 2 wrestlers in the match?
Oh, that's gonna be, for right now, it's gonna be Dominic and Rhea Ripley for the world titles.
Okay.
I love him. It's fun.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
I always say Vince McMahon, but with his situation right now, I don't want to say that. But let's say I want to do that for Vince McMahon in the Attitude Era. Okay.
Okay.
The sounds okay, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's still it's a good song.
Yeah, it's like because I'm the bad like owner gimmick, so that's why.
Right. Finish the sentence.
Okay.
K-Fabe is...
K-A-S... Oh, I don't understand, sorry.
K-Fabe is...
Oh, kayfabe, okay. Kayfabe is what made pro wrestling, and please don't break kayfabe.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast.
Yeah, yeah, correct, yeah.
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Squash, vegetable or fruit is like, you know the corianders? The pakshi.
Could you repeat that?
Or can you ask me again? The squash?
Yes, squash. Is it a
Yup.
fruit or is it a vegetable?
Squash is like a vegetable.
A vegetable?
Yup.
It is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic.
Tomatoes.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
But you're part of Squash Squad now, and that means a hell of a lot more.
Okay.
New Japan wrestler Taichi, his ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question,
Okay.
what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
I mean, like for Tai Chi, but I feel it's totally fine, because like I mean, like you mean the trunk, something like that, right?
Yes, like how much butt should show?
It's fine, but it should be in the ring, in the wrestling community it's fine, in public cannot. It's so weird.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, it's no problem. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last question, the main event,
Yep.
the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about
Okay.
Darby Allin?
Oh, where's that?
The wrestler from AEW, Darby Allin.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know.
Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about him?
No.
And that is the correct
I never-
answer.
What? Yep.
And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Could you once again tell us where we can find all things Set Up Pro Wrestling Thailand on social media?
Okay, so for Setup Thailand Pro Wrestling, the best way is to use the hashtag SetUpTH in every platform like X, Facebook, TikTok, like YouTube, of course. So give us a comment, send us a direct message if you have any questions, and yeah, we have an admin that do love to give you instruction or give you any information you want. So thank you again for the interview, and hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye.
Absolutely. And you don't even have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media and setup will be in the description of the video below. But on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give them a damn follow.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Dread, and Instagram. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say Wrestling with, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our special guest Pumi, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.